All right, we good?
We're good.
All right, go.
All right, so we have the Earth Rights Organization. Um, the Earth Rights Organization movement seeks to stand up for the rights of the people by using local and global communities, as well as the law to prevent Earth rights abuse from happening. By preventing these Earth rights abuse from happening, not only will the resources from these places be preserved for the future, they'll be shared equitably, and the people living there can live in peace knowing that their land and rights will not be violated. As far as the origin of the Earth Rights Organization, it all started when two big oil companies, the Total of France and the Unocal of the United States, they started to partner up with the Myanmar government, and they were planning to exploit natural gas resources in the Andaman Sea and build a gas pipeline into Thailand. This meant they needed a military to help them and protect the workers as well as the pipeline. And so they partnered up with the military from Myanmar for protection. That turned what was a peaceful location in Myanmar into a place filled with the military, and it became there was a lot of rape and torture and executions as well as seizing of land from the military because they were put there. Um, as the Earth Rights Organization website puts it, big oil companies had partnered with the Paris military, and together they were getting away with murder. That was until, and I'm not totally sure how to pronounce his name, but Ka Swawa started to take notice, and he was a journalist, and he trained other journalists, and they went throughout the land and got accounts of the people that had been victimized from the pipeline, and all of their accounts pointed to their original thought process that all of these injustices were caused as a direct result to the pipeline. Um, all the injustices happened mainly from the Myanmar military that was there, and it was even pointed out, but the United States and France continued to just look away because they were profiting off of it. And then two law students, Tyler and Katie Redford, wanted to take action. They saw the work of Ka Swawa, and they wanted to help. All of their law partners and the people around them said that nothing could be done, and they couldn't do anything within the law to stop the people from building this pipeline. And they partnered up because they wanted to do something about it, and that was the start of the Earth Rights Organization. So their mission is to protect the rights of the people and to prevent the abuse of Earth rights. They build up the local communities that they go to stand against corrupt corporations from abusing their land and rights. Because, as their website puts it, the world's most vulnerable people are those living between its most valuable resources and its most powerful elites. Um, the Earth Rights Organization mostly represents these people that are vulnerable to these large organizations simply because of where they live and the resources around them. And these corporations know that a lot of times the people can't do anything because whether it's poverty or a lack of education, they don't entirely know what's going on, even though the corporations might, and they take advantage of that. Um, So most of the time, these decisions are being made by corporations and boardrooms or governments, and it's often taken behind closed doors um, without the consequences to the people taken into account.
Um, we're going to talk about the assessment of Earth Rights Organization view. And not surprisingly, their view is strikingly similar to um, Meyer's work, Walking with the Poor. Um, they both seem on the same level of poverty in terms of equity. Equity being that of like material possessions or whatnot. Poverty isn't just an issue of money, but of land tenure and marketing systems that favor cash crops over food. Um, Earth Rights focuses on helping the locals respond by working for policy change such as seeking a different way to charge their other foods, or having government intervention if the government wasn't the hindrance in the first place, and community organization. A lot of organizations similar to Earthrights all focus on community organization, since that is the most pivotal and crucial changing point for policies. However, it is important to note that Earthrights is not affiliated with similar organizations such as MST, located in Brazil, or the Indian Alliance. Yet all three are working for a common objective: seeing to that the people are not displaced from land and have rights to buy. And what we mean by that is that they're not necessarily fighting for the people, they are telling the people how to fight. Their poverty view is by evaluating if someone is low on finances and has a lack of faith to stand together to voice for change. And all the sources mentioned connect the dots to leadership training, training the targeted people to find voice and reason against the odds of capital power. And then our general main idea of the Earth Rights Organization view is that the Earth Rights movement seeks to stand up for the rights of the people by using local and global communities, as well as laws to prevent Earth rights abuse from happening. The last key objective, I mentioned this before, I'm going to mention it again. It is community organization. People will listen to a crowd instead of a singular person, and since poor people are looked down upon, Earthright seeks to empower the impoverished to stand together, which makes it a much tougher force to tangle with. And we're giving credit to Broke But Unbroken by Augusta Dwyer, and once again, Walking with the Poor by Myers. Earth, you can find the Earthrights vision and mission statement on the website, which is https://earthrights.org, where we work. This was presented by me, Will Meadows, and Jake Holaday, and thank you guys for your time.